Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So today will be the fifth video discussion for our Lex Poetic Society for the group 23. So we'll begin with self-introduction. My name is Akmal Fikri bin Azman. My matric number is 200946.
My name is Muhammad Lafiq bin Ramli and my matric number is 204157.
My name is Muhammad Waisakil bin Azari. My medic number is 202459.
My name is Arina Zira binti Muhammad Fazil. My matrix number is 200234.
My name is Rin Sabrina Al-Bakri binti Sharin Al-Bakri. My matrix number is 204174.
Hi, my name is Lim Xiang Chin with matric number 203104.
So we'll begin this discussion with group 2's poem about racism. And Nurin, if you may.
So the name of the poem is Swallow Fever, and I'll start. Discrimination and hate, heart left in a sorry state, grim ideology spreads, infecting thousands like the bubonic plague. It is asymptomatic, to them it's automatic. They think it's the truth, so they spread it to the youth. Little did they know they're the poison that killed the root.
At a valley of flowers, eyes drink the colors, mouth sings praises, every shade is a wonder. Though wonder it is, why one is favored? A wall was built between preferred and undesired, for the preferred, sun and rain was showered. To thrive with love, for the undesired, even kids was taught to trample, they survive with hurt.
They grew up learning lies, having no chance to see things with their own eyes. Blood starts to boil by seeing colors passing by. Negative emotion swells up and hardly dies. The of the grave act of racism can never be justified. In the beginning, life was harmony. Now life was divided due to the wall of the favorite. And that is the end of our poem from group 2. What is your guys' first impression of it?
Okay, thank you Nurin, Akmal and Audi for the recitation. Okay, in my opinion, I like this poem because of, I'm not sure, but when I hear you guys recite, I easily to understand the meaning of the poem. So, and the word that you use, is it asymptomatic to them? Is automatic? It's kind of like rare for me, like, you know. Then it's like how to say, it's unique lah, for me. So I can like it. So I think if people first time to see or to hear it, I think they will like it too. That for me lah. So if I think Alim and West have another opinion. Okay.
Hi, okay, for me, at the very beginning, I'm really impressed because the first stanza, at the first stanza, grim ideology spread, infecting thousands like the bubonic plague. Because I as a science student, I can understand how the bubonic plague can be spread. It's like we couldn't control it, so it's like you are using those comparison to show how it spread towards the people. So I really like that part. um, for the overall poem, I really love the poems. So maybe after Uwais have shared his opinion, and maybe you can explain more about this poem. Okay, thank you.
Okay, for me, I think the poem is beautiful, and there is a little repetition words which is favor due to the title favor. Uh, why one is favor, and the last one is due to the wall of the favor. And I like how the way you try to brought the kid as example in the poem, like even kids was taught to trample, they survive with hurt. And I like that part. And I think that's all for me. And I want to hear your explanation, more explanation about this poem.
Nurin, would you like to explain your part first, since it's the first and the second stanzas?
Um, so for my part, it's so the first and second stanza. The first stanza, I just really wanted to I just really wanted to make sure that when people read this poem, they immediately think of racism. There's no underlying of anything. The underlying, the subjective part of this poem goes into more of the third, fourth, fifth stanzas. It's more subjective there. But then here I wanted to give it a straightforward, just it's racism. Anyways, so it is asymptomatic to them, it's automatic. Because when people are racist, they think that it's the correct thing because they've been taught of that. They've been taught that since they were a child, so it's been really embedded into them. To them, when they see someone, when they see another race that they're racist towards, to them it's an immediate thought. There's not even a, hey, maybe I'm doing something wrong. No, it's automatically. So that's why I wanted to put the word automatic there. Asymptomatic is because you can't see a racist. When you say racist, it's not really a certain characteristic that you can identify, like, oh, racists only wear pink or whatever. It's not. You can't see it, yet it's in front of you. Because asymptomatic means that you have the disease, but you don't have the symptoms. So I think that's something really interesting about the poem. Um, Next, oh, and they're the poison that killed the root, meaning that they've been thought of that since they were a child, and that ideology just is very, very embedded to them, and it brings them towards adulthood. So that's enough of me talking. Akmal, your part is next, so please explain.
Okay. Thank you, Noreen. So for my part, it, I focused more on the metaphor. So we and as you can see, I used flower to replace human, mankind. So at first, the first stanza it shows that every flower is beautiful, everything is loved, everything has their own good sides. But then, and then the second stanza, it contradicts. It shows that even if everything is special on its own, a wall is still built. People will still choose preferred and undesired. So, and I wrote that sun and rain was showered to thrive with love. It shows that people care about what they only care. And for the next part is that even kids was taught to trample, they survive with hurt. And it shows that when they are hated, they are really hated. And even kids was taught to trample. It shows that the parents will teach their kids to hate something. And this is one of the root of racism. Okay, and lastly, Auni, your part.
Okay, so my part is like the continuation of, actually the racism stems off from the parents itself. They're the one who feeds off these negative thoughts about about racism to their kids. So they just learn from it, and they just grow up hating people with other colors than them, and the negative emotion swells up and hardly dies. So like bad habits die hard, right? So it's very hard to change your mind since it's been embedded when you were a child. And as you can see in the last stanza, it's a continuation of the flowers. At first the flower was living in harmony. Each different species, they can just grow as long as there's love and rain and sun. But now there's a wall, and that wall is what separated them. So that is that. Oh, and I do have to add, the valley of flowers is, I imagine it as the flower, like Akmal said, is the people. But you know how we compliment all flowers, right? No matter if it's a rose or lilies or tulips. We accept them, but how come we cannot accept ourselves? Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the explanation, guys. So I have a question. Um, in your opinion, what can be done to spread racism among the kids?
I'd like
What?
to
Alif,
add.
could you repeat your question?
Okay. All right. Sorry. In your opinion, what can be done to stop the spreading racism among the kids?
Okay, so as like we said in this poem multiple times that childrens are not born racist. It's the community around them that shape them into becoming who they are. So really, what we have to watch out is the community who the who our child hangs out with. Maybe sometimes their parents itself is a problem. Noreen, do you have something to add?
So I think in terms of racism in kids, it's yes, it's more towards the parents, and we can't really change parents, can we? But instead we should focus on making schools teach them how to be more integrated into society without that feeling of racism. For example, the Malaysian government has something called PLKN, Program Latihan Khidmat Negara. So that's where and the first thing, I went into that program, and the first thing they say is that no matter what race you are, we treat you all the same. So that helps in if people are racist or they have a hint of racism in them, that really helps to shock them to reality that you don't have to feel hated. Everyone is just the same. So there's that, and I think that's it. Like the government, the schools, the people around them can try to make them a bit more wide-eyed towards the issue. Actually, I wanted to open a brand new topic. Do you guys think our poem fits into this mold of what racism is? Do you think it explains the world issue that we're trying to convey?
Alim, why you have any? Oh, okay. So for
Yes, I think it's really fits um, the issue about the racism. Um, just now the question asked by the Alif also, I can see how you guys think, how you guys rationalize. It's really from the kids itself. They do not know what is racism by the way they have been grown up, even by their parents, the way the parents teach them, the peer pressure, the all those the surroundings that affect them to be racist. So I really appreciate all of you for making this poem, and this really address the importance of stop spreading the racism among the kids, the people in the world.
Okay, so thank you guys for giving us your thoughts about the poem that we made, Group 2 made. And so, with that, I'd like to end the discussion since we already agreed that, as Lim said, this poem fits with the theme that we're trying to send, the world issue that we have in mind. So, I guess that's all for today's discussion. And thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. Thank you for giving your opinion. And see you in the next discussion, which is next week.
right, thank you guys.
Thank you guys
Thank you,
for
guys.
Selamat
the
Raya.